can see Norwich mustard.
Right folks, off we pop to do a little bit ride from Nettleton to Lincoln.
I think the organisational structure of the company wasn't quite right for the business that it was trying to be. I purchased the brand right, so we still have that in a little chest that potentially, maybe after this it sparks a relaunch of the brand.
Go the old way, top road, fast going to be that way. To Canby Corner, then we'll make our minds up then, whether we go straight on or take a left and go down the A15. It's leaving the park now.
Of Norwich. It's almost like a bit of a hidden secret. I don't think I can recall.
Put your little mic on really, but I think it'll be alright in here, the mic. Just on the camera.
Yeah. So, all is lost. Coleman's is gone from Norwich. 200 years of history, 160 years of mustard production in the factory. Norwich mustard had been a brilliant idea, which, like most brilliant ideas,
still for sale, look.
Hasn't quite come to fruition. What's left to do except wander the streets, searching for mustard-coloured front doors?
It's a good life. It's a massive improvement on how we used to be, me and Debbie. Yeah, do bring here. Oh, he's got it. He can get out.
Maybe not.
Yeah, okay.
In a large warehouse just outside Norwich, brand new, shiny block of warehouses on a road called.
What a grim day today. It was absolutely eshing it down. Last night, from about, I don't know, woke me up around 1 and it was still going at 5 when I walked back up.
Like most people.
God knows what's happened this weekend. Anyway, still better than being at home.
But this is not Coleman. This is a company called Condiment, and it's opened exactly when Coleman's shut down.
Well, Monty Moo won't be going far today. His mum won't be very keen on walking about in this lot. I think it's due to fair up, but we've got a storm coming. Storm Amy.
Pretty remarkable.
High winds up to 50 mile an hour. So we'll see. We'll see what goes off.
It's certainly good to like, yeah, so I mean that's good to keep that in Norfolk. Yeah. So there's Coleman's.
Just going to do my little job at
so
Argos at Lincoln. Keeps me sane.
He's wondering about the history of Coleman's. That's what it's about. Like,
2 or 3 days a week. That's all I want.
I was given a safety hat and wiped factory overalls and taken on a tour of the production.
Just predominantly really to pay for the ground fees for this little holiday home we've got. We've got to pay for things somehow, so you have to put a bit of effort in, I think. Anyway, it's all easy stuff. It's not taxing.
This looked like the entire world supply of mustard all under one roof.
this is just providing
Not taxing at all.
This isn't why we started to make this show. We thought Coleman's had left.
A little bit taxing today with the weather, but you never know. See what happens. So this is the Moortown Road, as they call it. Takes you into Nettleton. I'll take a right and go up through the A46. Steady ride today, get there for about, I don't know, maybe half 12, 25 past. Start at 1, so it'll be alright, plenty of time. Excuse me.
And I don't think Granddad smoked, but I think your other Granddad did, and he carried on for the rest of his life. So there we go. That was, he gave you a cigar as a sign that your mustard was up to snuff.
Yeah, this is Moortown Village. Oh, this is Moortown, I think. No, this is Nettleton. Actually, I should know that, shouldn't I? Yeah. If you go left at the end of the road, that takes you to Caiston and through to Grimsby. If you want to go that way, maybe going that way later, I don't know. We're going to go right, head towards Market Raisin. H-boy couldn't wait, look, nothing behind me, and he's decided that he'll just back out. Fair enough.
It seems stupid to just throw it away, but obviously we had to come at it in a different way, and we couldn't do that on our own.
So when the farmers realised the common
Absolutely no clue, some people.
they decided to
There's
take
no
matters
need to do
into their
that.
own
Just didn't read the road
They
at
built
all.
their own mill to take over where the Unilever
No indication, look.
Harrow were.
We'd always
I think they own the road,
said to
lots of them.
Unilever, you know, emotionally, the growers always felt they owned the brand, but it was an emotional own rather than a physical own. So we'd had quite a lot of thought about what might happen, and we'd sketched out some ideas. And once the hair was sort of running with the charts that Unilever had come out of the factory, we sort of drilled down and worked really hard to look at what we could do to secure mustard growth.
People if out shopping or whatever they're doing, you would just stay in, wouldn't you? There you go. Leave the roads to me, please.
When Unilever said they announced the closure, it swung into action without that really.
Obviously this will still be part of the Lincolnshire Romans YouTube site, YouTube channel, should I say, sorry. The rain's even getting heavier. No lights on, look. Young lass, not got a clue. You've got to do your videos in all weathers. You can't be a fair weather videoer. Yeah, we've had some rain in the last 12 or 15 hours, I think. Probably announce a hosepipe ban tomorrow. That's what them comedians do, isn't it? Level crossing now, there's a pub on the left. pay for it, but it's only £3.5. If you've not bought any snack with you, it's a good little sausage sandwich. I've had it before, lovely. Cracking little venue. I don't know if there'll be many folks on it today, but you usually get a few diehards. Short or whatever. There's the sign there. See if anybody's in. There's a couple of fishers. They sat under the brollies or in the bivvies now, whatever they're doing. £6 a day, dawn to dusk, perfect. That way, old stamping ground of my childhood. Nana and Grandad are both buried in Kirkby graveyard. Great Grandad as well. Turn right here now and go along Top Road. Carry on the 46, goes to Lincoln Glen the other way. 4 acres calf on the left of here, nice breakfast, proper greasy spoon, no frills, just what you need. Don't know if it's open today. Oh, she is. Oh, we could have had a breakfast this morning. Never mind. About this weather today. I think this is set fair now. It's area like the back of my hand. I've been coming this way since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Still like to come this way, even if I'm on my motorbike, if I'm honest. Very nice. Call and see me Nan and Grandad at the cemetery. Maybe put a few flowers on. I've always popped up Christmas wreaths on every year since the year Blob. I've been coming and putting wreaths on. Bit of a traditional thing. No bugger else bothers. Just Andrew. And my mum, she can't get out and about as much as she used to, but she still wants me to put a wreath on her mum and dad's grave, which is fair enough.
Over the next few weeks,
Renault Arcana, that's a weird name, isn't it?
Thanks to Stephanie's efforts, he had
Very fast.
She believed her husband was the first person in the US who had received intravenous phage
Might have to be one goes up
for
there, or there
systemic infection with a superbug. A scientific paper published about these results in 2017 awoke new interest in phage therapy.
Stopped a bit now. Maybe he has actually.
Without a wife.
Wife was on intermittent, see what happens.
The creation of the content relied on groups of scientists working around the world processing information, while due to Stephanie's contacts.
Going up to Bishop Bridge now. I took the dog down the riverbank there a week or so ago. Maybe a fortnight now actually. I was at the van and I thought, oh, I'll take him for a change of scenery. So we walked down there, he loved it, he did. It was blowing that day. It was alright though, pleasant, still shorts weather. Yeah, the old Bluebell's just here. Well, is it the was it the Bluebell? I can't remember now. Took the sign down, I don't know if somebody's converting it into a house or that. Not sure. Let's watch this speed camera around this corner. Catches a few out. He's been through the sign there, it looks a bit of a motorbike. Grim, you know, it's a bit grim. More lights on there, look, I don't know what they think they're doing sometimes. Keep going. New repairs, sells a bit of fuel. Lengthen now. Just shut the pub in this village, the Crown. We've had rave reviews for the food and then they've put on that they're closing down. They've got 1 or 2 or 3 pubs I think and they've decided to shut this one, which is a bloody shame. But again, people can't afford to go out. Their meals were really expensive, to be honest. Big shame really. Look at this prick. Oh, somebody else pulled out. Look, nobody behind me. Couldn't wait 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes, 15 seconds I would have been past. corner now. They'll do the grass tracking at the grass tracking circuit there. Not as often as they used to. Come to that maybe mum and dad a few times. Nobody knows where that car's going. Nobody knows.
If one of their products was used to put out a fire, that would be absurd.
It's good then, because I'll be going this way now.
Companies will only profit if they are prescribed.
Down lane 15. I will pull off it though. I'm way early today, so I will be diving off.
One possibility is subscriptions. The company that developed tools for antibiotics can pay X amount rather than consumers. In 2022, the British government began to trial private subscriptions to useful antibiotics. Their benefits are shy of pricing. Each signed contract will pay £10 million per year. Based on respected use within the NHS, this represented value for money.
Not the best of days for dropping a few parcels up with Argos. It is what it is. Rough with a smooth. This road, it gets full of people that obviously don't like driving. Especially at night time, you can see them, they're almost rigid in the cars and shitting themselves, so why put yourself through that, you know? It's 60 and people are doing 40, so you end up with a tailback. With an HGV up your arse because you're going that slow that they're going faster than you, and the person in front can't be arsed just to get up to 55, 60 because they're crapping themselves. So then everybody gets bored of frustration, and I don't know. Really busy road, you need to have your wits about you most days when you're on it. If you're on it, try to avoid it if I can, but not today. I'm only on a short stretch, I'm not stopping on it. I shall go right at the roundabout, Castle Road, the roundabout, go through Lincoln that way, Burton Road. Diddly dee, that's what it is. Yeah, it can end up nose to tail on a Friday afternoon. All the HGV lads have
what it means for a woman to lead the Church of England and to take on the Archbishop of Canterbury's global role in the Anglican Communion. I intend to be a shepherd who enables everyone's ministry and vocation
Turned
to
itself on, the bloody
flourish,
camera.
whatever the tradition.
Well, how that worked.
The Office for National
Look to RAF
Statistics says
Scampton
women
now, what a
in England
shame.
face a substantial and long-lasting reduction in earnings after
Vulcans
having
used to
children.
fly out of here, the Red Arrows were based
Research,
here
the
for a
drop in
while.
salary is an average of just over £1,000.
Here we see, look, this is Casey Point, what I've just been talking about. Look. We're doing 35 now.
Second and third children.
On a 60 road.
Dame Patricia Routledge, best known for playing Hyacinth Bouquet in Keeping Up Appearances, has died. She was 96. In a career spanning more than 70 years, Dame Patricia found success on screen and in the theatre. But our entertainment correspondent Lisa Mazimba reports it was her role as that snobbish lady of the house
Somebody up
that won
front
her place in the nation's hearts.
Well, I'm doing 37, so they must be doing hot nose and be catching up.
Patricia Routledge's social climbing heights.
Absolutely pathetic,
Pretend
honestly.
they're superior. Makes it so much harder for those of us who really are.
Routledge's career was a varied one. She won plaudits on stage. On television, her forte was comedy. As well as keeping up appearances, Victoria Wood wrote monologues for her as Kitty. While in Alan Bennett's Talking Heads monologues, she revealed the pathos in Bennett's Lonely Spinsters, just as she'd found the vulnerability as well as the
Bergerman
comedy
does a good
in
drawing
Hyacinth's
trade.
snobbery.
Like it's a
BBC
different
News.
one now, I'm not sure.
This is BBC Radio 4. We're now live. It's Antisocial.
Hello, I'm Adam Fleming, and this is Antisocial from BBC Radio 4. Every episode, we take one subject that's big online and look at it from a load of different angles. We are to the radio as TikTok is to theories about the culture of times. This week, patriot or not? Why some see the pros as well as the cons of loving your country and showing it. It comes as reform has risen in polls this year. England flags have been rising up lampposts this summer. And Keir Starmer has tried to rise to the challenge at a Labour Party conference in Liverpool this week.
Patriotism.
Yeah, I'm going to dive off here. Bollocks to this
So
game.
if you are a patriotic responsibility. Labour is the patriotic party.
And patriot has become a buzzword beyond the party conference.
This is the patriotic fight. We are reclaiming our flags and we are reclaiming our country, mate.
Can't be doing with all that shit.
Patriotism. It's not just for Britannia. There are those people out there who love different aspects of their country, and they're just as patriotic as anybody else.
Unlike the plastic patriots.
How dare she speak to those of us on the right that
Well, the prick there in a BMW, look, no indicators. They don't work on them cars. I've noticed that, you know.
Why did Labour activists
I have.
wave so many flags this week? We'll ask a long-time observer of the party. From Pericles to Clement Attlee, by
Oh, it's cooking grass, here.
how patriotism has
Who wants these bloody bumps feeling he does?
patriotic is Britain anyway. We will crunch the numbers. And if you want to get involved in the debate online, you can use the hashtag BBC Antisocial. And I'll confess
Now we're going back way to Lincoln, we're going Burton Road and down through Yarborough flipping Road and that, onto Tritton, that's alright.
And with me throughout this episode of Antisocial are two people who come at this discussion from different perspectives. Rafi Nissan is from Nettleton. He's a writer.
Better than grinding your way down that bloody A15 onto the A46. Oh dear, dear.
Of identity, which is Antisocial's brand.
She's grim today, mate, she's grim.
Yeah, thanks for coming back. So, give us an update. What have you been working on since we spoke to you last?
Don't stop caravanners though, look.
Yeah, what do you think about the milestones that we just lived through in that area?
Viewpoint there, you're not be able to see much today, I should think. Shit, Josh. no better to do.
Experienced unprecedented levels
They will.
of migration, and I think that in modern Britain, I think it's very clear that we've undergone a significant
Aye, lad.
and demographic transformation. I think those kinds of issues they can't be left on the sidelines any longer. They're very good at discussing.
We're also discussing it here in the studio with Sheree Stevenson, who's a TikToker, also a restaurant manager in Southeast London. Hello, Sheree.
Hi, y'all. How you doing?
So, well, first of all, the Canadian flag is great because you're from London.
It's a nice view from up here on a normal day.
My family migrated to Canada.
Not so much today for some reason.
About 4 years, and I've been back in London for about 4 years now. The accent
You can all see that reason.
Do you think there are particular things that you say in the way?
Oh yeah, y'all for one. I can't say like gold in English, it doesn't sound right. I have to say y'all. And the kind of certain mannerisms that I picked up from there, that a lot of them are still quite natural.
And what sort of stuff are you TikToking about?
I talk about a lot of different things. Current events, cultural issues. I've always been really very passionate about politics and about the standard people of mindful act when they act. But I do a lot of like funny, silly, like girly advice videos and like dating videos.
Learner in front now. We've all been there, so you've got to be patient.
We're doing packages of this week. I mean, I'll ask you the same question as asking the key. Think about all the stuff that's happened at some point to do with national identity, immigration, and your sort of what's your take on this last week? Is this an unprecedented time we're living through?
I definitely think it is unprecedented. We haven't seen anything like this ever, and that's because we're living in a world that we haven't seen like this before. The
Them
way
two
that
obviously
so
weren't
many
patient, they're overtaking on a blind bed.
shared has brought us to this pinnacle what is bound to happen. That was an explosion on the left and the right, and the extreme and the extreme.
Do you think there has been an explosion? Why would you describe it?
I think just because of the reactions that have been seen both in like public and private sectors, and the discourse that's being spoken about in politics about immigration and how it's very you either for or against it. They're not able to find this middle ground of let's be comfortable and let's try and find a consensus. I think that's where the explosion is.
So it's happening up.
Yeah.
autumnal down here today, look, the leaves are changing.
Just explain.
It's Lincoln Barracks on the left there.
So
The trainees out there today.
Most people. The Cool Britannia was kind of bound up with the whole Britpop thing.
Take a right down here, go down Yarborough Road.
For the first time since maybe the 60s, Britain was seen as the absolute cultural powerhouse. And there was a real rise in national symbolism that came along with that.
And then what happens to all of that? Where did it go in terms of the Labour Party?
I think it just died a natural death in the way that all trends do. Partly because Labour got into government and did some things that those musicians and artists involved in the Cool Britannia movement found deeply unsettling, not least the Iraq War.
And then Gordon Brown comes along, and I remember at the start of his premiership, actually he did, or the people around him did talk about kind of defining Britishness.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Again, I think there was a sense of unease in some quarters about what was meant to use the phrase British jobs for British workers. This was just after the big wave of immigration from Eastern Europe that had happened in the earlier 2000s, and I think some people felt that that was a bit of a dog whistle. But I do think that Gordon Brown was maybe ahead of his time in terms of thinking about a lot of the currents that
surprisingly quiet
were bubbling under at that point.
Today for a Friday.
Like Brexit and post-Brexit, the big
weather related, obviously.
Immigration.
And then bring us up to date then. Why are we now seeing this surge in today?
Because I think we're seeing a surge of a need for that sense of British or English or Scottish or Welsh or Northern Irish identity in the country. And Labour wants to make sure that it's not only speaking to that, but speaking.
Turn her off, bloody Labour lefty. You have your bloody tits. Shocking government. Spoke too soon. Never mind. I'm not going to record and be sat in traffic. Stop recording!